Was it just last week or was it the week before? I've lost track of time already, but I'm talking about Apple's recent iPhone announcement. This year, we have 4 models to choose from. And while I'm excited about the iPhone 12 mini and the iPhone 12 Max that go on sale later this November, the iPhone 12 and 12 Pro are available starting this Friday. That's tomorrow, October 23rd. So if you haven't made up your mind yet, maybe you still need help deciding between the two, no worries, that's what I'm here for. Hi, I'm MICHAELJOSH, you're watching GadgetMatch. This is our iPhone 12 and 12 Pro unboxing and buyer's guide. Before we can talk about these new iPhones, we need to unbox them first. I don't think I've seen a gold iPhone 12 Pro unboxing on YouTube yet, so you might find this interesting. I'm pretty stoked because I read this article on TechCrunch that says Apple uses a different process to achieve the gold coating on the edges of the phone, which supposedly makes the coating itself more durable and smudge resistant. Because this might be the first gold iPhone 12 Pro unboxing on YouTube, we're definitely going to find out later. I also have the iPhone 12 in white, a bunch of cases, and the new MagSafe charger. We've got a lot to unbox, so let's dive straight in. Let's start with the iPhone 12 Pro. One thing that stands out is the fact that the boxes are much smaller this year, as you can see in this side-by-side with my iPhone 11 Pro box. That's because Apple no longer ships these iPhones with earpods and power adapters, part of their 2030 goal to be 100% carbon neutral. Apple believes that these items often go unused, and I speak for myself as a tech reviewer, but I personally will often use my cables, charger, and earpods in the box. I personally don't mind, but for new users who don't have a charger, it would have been nice if Apple gave us a Apple Store credit so that they could buy one of their new 20-watt USB-C chargers. I was just at the Apple Store yesterday to pick up the iPhone XR for another video that I'm working on, and I just want to report that even this older phone has been repackaged with this newer, smaller packaging. All right, let's begin. As I always say, let the arrows lead you. In this case, pull on the tab to unwrap. Lift up on the lid. First things first is the iPhone, backside up, so you can already see that creamy gold finish in all its glory. Wow, that looks nice. I've never been a fan of gold anything, but this year, Apple is doing something different. Their gold Apple Watch, for example, is now a yellower shade, but it still doesn't scream kitschy gold. This gold iPhone 12 Pro feels the same way. I really like it. Also in the box, a tiny packet with a SIM ejector tool, some warranty info, and 1 Apple sticker instead of the usual 2. That's it. We've got a lot more to cover, so I'm going to fast forward through this iPhone 12 unboxing. I just want to see what this white color looks like. In this lighting, the cream finish on the gold iPhone 12 Pro looks very similar to the white iPhone 12. Okay, now let's have some fun with some cases. Apple sells both silicone and clear cases for the iPhone 12 series. All of them support the all-new MagSafe. More on that later. Let's take a look at these ones first. Blue and orange, GadgetMatch colors. This is deep navy. This is kumquat. Next up, plum and cypress green. These colors are perfect for fall. Now, the nice thing about these phones being the same size is that maybe you buy an iPhone 12 Pro and your significant other buys an iPhone 12, you can share cases. Finally, we have the clear case. Unlike your usual clear case, there's an outline of a circle in white. This isn't a design element. And if you flip it around, you'll find the answer. MagSafe. This over here is a MagSafe charger. It's an optional $39 purchase. Now, if the name sounds familiar, it's because it's the same name Apple used for its MagSafe power port found on older Mac laptops, the kind that saves your Mac laptop from falling off a table in case someone trips on your cable. Now, MagSafe is the name Apple's given to the iPhone 12's new wireless charging system. Let's unbox it now. Open sesame. This hockey puck looking device is like a large version of the magnetic charger for the Apple Watch. It's got a strong magnet that latches onto magnets built into these cases. It's strong enough that it can even support the weight of the iPhone, although I don't recommend that you do as I do. While Qi wireless charging still works on the iPhone 12, this different wireless charging tech allows for even faster wireless charging speeds. Apple recommends using it with one of their 20-watt USB chargers, but it will work with any USB-C charger. Apple also sells leather wallets for $59 that you magnetically snap on to the back of MagSafe cases. These leather wallets stay put even if you're pulling it in and out of your pocket. Every time you snap on a MagSafe accessory, you get an animation. And here's something cool. When snapping on cases, color of the animation matches the color of your case. Super cool, right? The MagSafe charger will still charge your iPhone using third-party cases, like these ones from Mujo, but they don't securely lock the MagSafe puck into place, and cannot hold the weight of the leather wallet accessory also. Before we dive into our buyer's guide, I quickly wanted to address the matter of phone size. Like last year, the iPhone 11 and 11 Pro came in different sizes, and prior to their arrival, I was curious how the iPhone 12 and 12 Pro compare. Very briefly, if you're coming from the iPhone 11 Pro, do note that the 12 Pro is larger. So if you prefer a smaller phone, you might want to wait for the even smaller iPhone 12 mini. Here's a size comparison using Mujo cases. Meanwhile, if you're coming from the iPhone XR or iPhone 11, it's worth pointing out that while the screen size is the same, the footprint of the iPhone 12 is just a wee bit smaller. Now it's time to compare the iPhone 12 with the iPhone 12 Pro. But before we talk about what's different, let's first talk about what's the same. This year, more than ever, the iPhone 12 and the iPhone 12 Pro are built very similar. They're the exact same size, they both have the same Super Retina XDR displays, both with OLED panels unlike last year, same A14 Bionic chips, same commitments to battery life, same 5G support, which makes this next discussion even more interesting. Now let's take a look at what's different. Both iPhones are built to be tougher this year, with what Apple calls a ceramic shield up front and a glass back described as the toughest glass ever put on an iPhone. The finish on the iPhone 12's back is glossy, while on the iPhone 12 Pro, it's matte. But their frames are the opposite. The iPhone 12 has a matte aluminum frame, and the 12 Pro has a glossy stainless steel frame. Earlier, we talked about reports that the gold iPhone 12 Pro was built very differently. So I went back and rewatched the keynote. This is the exact quote. Our new gold model uses a high-power magnetron-coated process that gives the stainless steel a stunning bright gold finish. As you can see in this footage, it is indeed true that this gold stainless steel frame is nice and glossy. But we can also report that it does not improve smudge resistance. I don't have footage to show you, but earlier today I compared it to the blue iPhone 12 Pro, and I can confirm that they both still pick up smudges quite easily. I believe Apple used the same process to achieve the new gold color on the stainless steel Apple Watch Series 6. The frame on this new gold iPhone 12 Pro is more yellowish too, versus the more pink gold shade on older models. I'm not sure if the process does anything to improve the durability of the frame. In Apple terminology, the iPhone 12 has a dual camera system, while the iPhone 12 Pro has a Pro camera system. And it's not just about the Pro model having 3 cameras versus 2, but that's one reason. Apart from sharing the same exact wide and ultra-wide angle cameras, the 12 Pro has a third camera, a telephoto with 2x optical zoom. On the non-Pro model, you can still zoom in digitally. Let's take a look at 2 examples. On the left, 2x optical zoom on the 12 Pro, and on the right, 2x digital zoom on the iPhone 12. This one of billiards balls up close looks very similar, but when you crop in on this next example of an arcade machine, the 2x optical zoom lens makes such a difference. Next, only the Pro model has a built-in LiDAR scanner, this little black dot over here, that uses infrared to map objects in a room and measure how far apart they are from one another. While this greatly improves the experience using augmented reality apps, it also allows the phone to better measure depth, especially in low-light situations. This is why the iPhone 12 Pro can now take night mode portraits. The iPhone 12 cannot. Depending on how much light is in a scene, the moody non-night mode shot can be quite nice also. But when there's very little light, like in this next example, being able to use night mode is going to be a godsend. The good news is that both phones can now take full advantage of deep fusion, meaning computational photography-based features like HDR3 and night mode now work on all of the phone's cameras. Both phones support Dolby Vision HDR video recording. The iPhone 12 Pro can record up to 60 frames per second, while the 12 only 30 FPS. Later this year, Apple will also be rolling out its own RAW format, Apple Pro RAW, something pro photographers will appreciate, giving them more control over what they can edit in a photograph. That's also going to be exclusive to the Pro line. The iPhone 12 starts at $799 for the 64GB model, while the iPhone 12 Pro starts at $999 with 128GB of base storage. In Singapore, the iPhone 12 retails for 1,149 Singapore dollars, while the 12 Pro retails for 1,649 SGD. As we weigh our options and decide which of these phones we should get, it's important to revisit the fact that Apple designed the iPhone 12 to be as good as the 12 Pro. Same display, same size, same battery. So unless you need those pro camera features and more storage, save the cash and get the iPhone 12 instead. Now, if you're a pro user, a photographer or a videographer, then those advanced camera features on the Pro model are definitely worth that extra spend. But in that case, you might want to wait for the iPhone 12 Max, which has an even better camera with a larger image sensor and something called sensor shift, which is an additional layer of image stabilization. Of course, you're going to have to wait a few more weeks for its release to get some photo samples and a dedicated review video. All of that is coming your way real soon. Make sure you have your sub boxes ready. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to this YouTube channel and hit that bell icon so that you get notified as soon as we upload new videos. Follow me on social media for all the behind the scenes fun stuff, including a lot of photo and video samples from these iPhones. And as always, make GadgetMatch.com your daily habit. Until the next video, I'm MICHAELJOSH. Thanks for dropping by.